Hello, Virgo. Welcome to my channel. It is an absolute pleasure and such a blessing to be here with you. So thank you for being here with me for part 2 of your September 2023 Tarotscope. If you are here, you may have noticed the pinned comment in your initial reading for September, where I talked about how I unintentionally forgot to bring in this deck for the wisdom section of your reading from your angels, guides, ancestors, spirit source, universe, and God that most wanted to be shared with you as you move forward. I did do this for Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and your sign. So if one of those are your big three and you've watched the initial reading, you may want to check out part 2 for those signs as well. In the description box below, however, you will find links to all sorts of goodies, including a timestamp if you would like to jump to the start. Please do keep in mind that this is a collective reading, not a personal reading, so only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. If you recall, in your initial reading for this month, there was this energy coming in of focusing more on that balance between your physical world and your spiritual world, right? Really giving both your energy, or spending time nurturing both of those facets of yourself, or all facets of yourself, right? With a heavy, heavy, heavy message of, not running yourself into the ground by just continuing to focus on one side of yourself and working and working and working, being on the grind, as it were. So do keep that in mind as we get whatever messages may come out here for you. But let's take a look and see what those may be. Please, Father, Mother, Life, Universe, Spirits, Guides, Angels, our cosmic team, our ancestors, our higher selves, what wisdom do Virgos, angels, guides, ancestors, spirit source, universe, and God most want to share with them as they move forward? What final wisdom does Virgo need for September 2023, please? Thank you. So you have one card out here for you, and on the front it says, "You are magical." And there is a winged or angelic looking being playing a, I believe this is called a lute. I could be wrong, but a musical instrument there on the front. And it says, "Dear you, what is true for you? Can you be impeccable with your word? Sure you can. As long as it's not used to manipulate others, the truth can set everyone free. Let go of the results. Let go of your fears and allow the truth to empower you and others. This will set into motion a kind of change that will be supportive of you and loving and all kinds of prosperous. This is not a time to compromise and hide your truth from others. Whatever it is you want, go for it and be clear in your motives, especially with yourself. You will be so happy you did. This is a time where you will tap into the power to co-create and manifest your best life." Doesn't that feel amazing? And the results? Miraculous. When you tell the truth and ask the same of others, you can learn a lot from life's bountiful lessons and achieve your dreams. Loving you always. So I do feel here for you, Virgo, that this is a big message. If you recall from your initial reading, and if I'm recalling this correctly, there was an energy coming through of this kind of mask that you may be wearing in, your public sphere, where there's this fear of your reputation and how some of the truths that you may discover in this reflective period or in this still period may impact that. Okay. So I feel here, a big part of what's coming through here is to be truthful to yourself and to others. right? Knowing that doing so will propel you in your growth and your evolution. And I mean, the thing of it is that this imbalance that was coming through in your initial reading, if you continue on that path, which is your choice, of course, right? I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to, demand that you do something one way or the other. It is your choice. I mean, even God loves you so much that God will allow you to choose your path, regardless of what that looks like. Okay? So it's your choice. But if you should choose to continue to just stay on the grind and work yourself in the physical world without bringing that balance, without filling your cup, without discovering your truth and moving in that direction, or bringing or applying energy to that, right? There was the energy of you will run yourself literally into the ground. And I feel here acknowledging that, if it resonates for you, and being very truthful to yourself about that. Okay? And I mean sitting with that and letting that truth really sink in. Then you may find yourself wanting to, okay, this is what's true for me, right? You may know me as somebody who is very much focused and dedicated in my work, in more practical type of things. But this is also true for me, and this is also something that needs my attention. Those who play into their fears, or if you play into your fears, and they reject that of reject those sides of you that maybe you found are true, those more spiritual, intuitive, psychic aspects, those, I mean, to be quite honest, like, those just aren't your people. They may have been at one point when you were in a specific energy, okay? But as you grow and as you evolve, like everything else in life, things like that cyclically die. It moves out of your experience because there's no reason for it to be there. And life is very cyclic, right? Each time we decide we like something new, that's a different version of ourselves. Each time we decide to get rid of something old, or that's not working, or that we no longer like, right? That is another cycle. That's another version, another rebirth of ourselves. Okay, so every time you quit a job, every time you find a new hobby, every time you quit a habit, every time you pick up a new one, every time you like a new food, like, this is all very cyclic, right? This is all versions of ourselves that are being born again, or reborn, right? Like that are dying and then being reborn again and again and again throughout the entirety of our lives. It's no different with people, right? It's no different with anything. I mean, here's the thing. So, and I'm just going to share and be very transparent. I am a Capricorn rising. Okay, so that kind of practical kind of energy is very much a part of my reality. Okay, it, it is very much, does this make sense type of thing. And coming into this line of work, I mean, there was a lot of those types of questions that I went through. So, I feel as though you're likely to be experiencing the same thing. Is this going to be, is this going to create stability for me? Is this going to, bring me, again, these kind of practical fruits, right? And there are times that God will put us in a position to do something that seems completely illogical and brings a tremendous amount of fear, but it doesn't make it any less true for us. Okay, so again, I feel here the biggest message that's trying to be shared with you from this portion, or from this card here, is that do what is true. What is true for you, right? And I feel as though that is a big part of what you're reflecting on. What is true in your soul? I'm not talking about what is true from a physical world standpoint. I'm not talking about what is true based on, you know, belief systems that you've taken on, programming you've taken on, trauma, wounding, all of those things. No, no, no. I'm talking about what is true for you from the depths of your soul, right? Giving yourself the opportunity to really delve into that and to move with that once you figure out what that is, and to remain in alignment with that regardless, right? Being truthful with yourself and with others. Virgo, I pray that this bit of insight here is helpful for you in regards to the overall wisdom that has come through for you for September, and that you are able to utilize it as you move forward. I hope you have a beautiful September, and I really hope that you're able to embody this truth, and to move forward with it very courageously. Take care of your intuitive, magical, wise soul. Peace be with you and within you, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.